Well, here we are, everybody, at the end of all things. And by the end, I mean the finale of our Lord of the Rings PS2 Nostalgia Trip Trilogy, where we go for a ride and we ask the age-old question: do the games of our childhood live up? Will the trip down memory lane be a good one, or will it be someplace you won't be visiting anytime soon? I'm your host Guaka, and today we're looking at the one, the only, Lord of the Rings Return of the King for the PS2. So make sure your spears are shaking and your shields are splintering, because we are charging headfirst into this epic conclusion to the PS2 trilogy. Ride for ruin, brothers, and the world's ending!
We swear to kill Master. We swear on their precious.
Everybody, and I mean everyone, has a specific game from their childhood they vividly remember, the core memory of games. And for me, it was Return of the King for the PS2. Picture it, fellas, Christmas 2003. My friend, my good buddy, gifts me the game everyone has been asking for. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. The movie, well, wasn't out just yet. In fact, it was coming out the very next day. And I wouldn't get to see it for a while because I was a youngster. So this was my premiere, bro. From that day on, I was playing that game head to toe, unlocking everything I could, playing co-op with my brothers, rewatching the bonus content over and over and over, and trying to complete the Palantirs. You know, I have so many amazing memories with this game, but, you know, I haven't actually played it in many years. Will the game hold up to my memory? That's what we're here to find out, fellas. So, only one thing for it. Let's go for a trip.
For Frodo.
The story of Return of the King tells the tale of Peter Jackson's final film in the amazing trilogy. Just like the previous game, The Two Towers, which I'll be comparing this to a lot, it follows the exact same formula. Unlike The Two Towers though, which just showed some set pieces without revealing too much story, the Return of the King game actually gives you a pretty decent timeline, albeit very broken down, where you can actually kind of understand what's going on and even see the conclusion of the whole series. You know, it goes from Helm's Deep all the way to the final fight in Mount Doom. It's also really great because all of the cutscenes and parts of the gameplay are actually narrated by the GOAT himself, Gandalf, so you get a coherent voice over everything, and then he frames the story like it was his damn idea. This dude taking credit for everything. I gotta say, man, the transitions in this game are way cleaner than The Two Towers, bro. It's crazy how much better this game looks when it was only a year apart from the Two Towers game. You know, not much else to say here. I mean, Return of the King is a fucking masterpiece movie, but this is just a tie-in game, and it does its job, and it does it well, especially with capturing the aesthetic of the Peter Jackson trilogy.
For Frodo.
I am genuinely impressed with how well they've captured the aesthetic of the movies in this game. Like, honestly, I appreciate it even more now that I'm a bit more critical of my games, and I'm happy to say that it still looks absolutely banging. You know, all the characters look super close to their movie counterparts, the music by Howard Shore is being used again, and damn, the freaking set pieces are so damn good looking. Like, seriously, they do an amazing job of building the atmosphere of the film. Like, look at The Past of the Dead, for the example. After running through and fighting through these tight corridors, you're into this huge open space where you see all the dead men floating around, going through this huge freaking structure, and there's only one path ahead, and you just feel absolutely overwhelmed. I remember seeing this as a kid, and I absolutely shat my pants, and even today, I still feel a little dribble coming out of there, bro. Look at the Southern Gate level, dude. See Minas Tirith in the background? Genuinely actually looks like really good. The Black Gate levels, all those enemies and the torches pouring in, like, wow. Once again, they went so hard for no damn reason. And you thought the game looks pretty? For no reason again, they went super hard on the freaking menu screen. Look at this shit. You thought the 16th Chapel was pretty? Look at this amazing painted hallway. Why did they go so damn hard for no reason? This shit could genuinely be in a museum and people would be paying millions just to gaze upon it, bro. I'm so glad to see the quality of this game holding up in terms of style. Like, seriously, so damn impressive when you think that The Two Towers was only a year ago. I'm gonna be reading this a lot. Like, holy moly. Speaking of quality, though, you know what else has quality? That's right, you guessed it, the gameplay.
For Frodo.
Return of the King is a hack and slash game, and damn, it does it really well. I'm going to be comparing it against The Two Towers because this is literally a sequel, and Return of the King does everything a sequel should do. It improves on the gameplay immensely. You know, just like in Two Towers, you start off with basic combos and unlock more as you go, But this game has way more combos, they look better, they feel better perform, there's way less jankiness, each character does have the same button combinations, but they all control a little differently, and there's also way more freaking characters in the game. I'm only going to focus on a few, so you guys can play the game for yourself, but I'm just going to talk about like the 4 or 5 characters I enjoyed, which was mainly Aragorn, Samwise the Goat, and Gandalf, bro. The game itself is divided into 3 separate segments: the Path of the Wizard, the Path of the King, and the Path of the Hobbits. What's nice is that you can actually play these in any order you want. So if you want to blitz through Gandalf and then play Aragorn's route, or do one mission each at a time, whatever you desire, it's a really nice option for players just to have that little bit of freedom. And you know, I really valued it as a kid, and even now, if I want to just blaze through Aragorn's, which is what I did first, that's what you can do, and that's what it's great. So, speaking of Aragorn, let's start off with his route first. Aragorn's path has the most levels, the best set pieces, and the most action. You fight huge hordes of enemies, you freaking fight Oliphaunts, and for some reason when you select Aragorn, he punches the ground. I don't know what Mother Nature did to him, but so he did something to him, bro.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You know, his playstyle is pretty damn fluid and nice. He seems to have a bit of meatiness behind his attacks, and he is really flashy, so whenever you knock someone down with an Orc Hero or Dark Deliverance, shit looks so clean. Peep this finisher I did, bro.
Happy feet, one more combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco.
You know, I vividly also remember how amazing the Southern Gate was as a level. You know, seeing hordes of enemies pouring out of the ground and fighting them off, you know, constantly getting XP and replaying this level over and over. But playing it today, I actually realized there's like 10 dudes on the field. And I swear there was more. I thought it was like a Dynasty Warriors level. I don't remember there being so little, but you know what? It's still fine. Fighting all these enemies is still pretty damn sick. Really glad to see that Aragorn's route still holds up. And I also love that in the Black Mission Gate, Aragorn changes his outfit like he does in the film. I just freaking wish that we could wear that whenever we wanted.
Take the.
Okay, moving on. The Path of the Wizard. I gotta say, man, it is amazing to finally play as not only Gandalf, but a good version of Gandalf. He is a great example of how different the combos are and how satisfying the gameplay is. You know, Aragorn was very in-your-face and single opponent focused, whereas Gandalf is great for taking out heaps of enemies with his freaking stabbing his staff into the ground epic style. And also, my favorite attack of his, the Hamster Ball.
Hamster.
Speaking of these combos and special moves, remember in the Two Towers game how when you unlocked a combo you had to buy it for every single character, meaning you had to play every single level over and over if you wanted to complete the game in an easy way? Well, Return of the King actually fixes this. When you level up and you get XP, you can do something called Fellowship Upgrades. Imagine Costco, but for levels, bro. What it actually does is that it purchases the combo skill for everyone in the game, and then they can automatically use that combo when they reach that specific level. Literally, it's a freaking bulk buy. You know, I just thought this was super nice and convenient because it means that as you're switching between these 3 paths and everyone is leveling up, all these guys are the same strength and they've got the same skills. Makes it super easy to play and way more encouraging to just play characters because you can just pick them up and then as you play they're all the same level of strength, you know. Anyways, back to old Gandalf. I do want to highlight his levels because while they are short, they are really damn sick. The Tower of Isengard level is especially cool because Gandalf and Saruman are talking to each other as he's running up to the tower, which is actually like something kind of cheeky that happens in the books. So I really like how they put that in there, whether they meant to or not. I really like it. Oh, look, some Ents. Also, the Minas Tirith levels. These are the next evolution of the Helm's Deep levels from the Two Towers. We got more troops, larger areas to cover, it feels super duper intense, and holy guacamole. The final part where all the troops hold the gate back and it explodes was freaking intense, man.
Don't let them in!
So last, but not least, we got the Path of the Little Old Hobbit Fellows. This is also a short segment, about the same length as Gandalf's, but it's got some pretty damn cool set pieces as well, like Shelob's Lair and freaking Cirith Ungol, which is actually my second favorite level in the game. But first, Let's talk about Mr. Samwise Gamgee, the GOAT himself, bro. He controls pretty good. He's a lot weaker than Gandalf and Aragorn, but he's got some great options for getting around the enemies, like a cloak that literally lasts 5 seconds and is actually kind of useless. But hey, as long as you got that final judgment combo, X circle R2, shit works super duper well. And just having this wide variety of characters to play is super cool, you know? I love playing as the Hobbits because they're little and you feel pretty epic when you take out a big ass dude. And Sam, he can be pretty vicious.
I squished your children! And I aim to get you too! I'm gonna stop you! And got you!
Sam, you've been holding in some deep within you, bro. After you complete all of these paths, you unlock the last 2 levels. The Black Gate, which is literally just defend for as long as you can. And you also have to defend your allies. And for some reason, these 3 heroes can't so much as swing a sword anymore, and I have to do everything and save their lives. And I kept freaking failing this level until I realized Legolas, that bastard who's supposed to be a good archer, was standing still and getting shot by an archer that was outside of bounds of the level, and I didn't even know that because I only saw him by chance when I failed the mission. Absolute freaking bastard. But I did it, which gets us to the last freaking level. Something I've been waiting to do the whole time I've been playing through this series, and that is beat the ever-loving shit out of Gollum. Now, something that is kind of overlooked in this game, and something that actually annoyed me as a kid but I actually appreciate now, is the fact that in the final level, you are actually forced to play as a level 1 Frodo. Now, you might think, damn, you seriously just spent the entire game leveling up Sam and these other characters only to play as Frodo? But once again, it's kind of poetic, you know? At this point in the journey, everyone is exhausted. Frodo, he isn't a fighter, he's weak, he's tired. The ring is calling him. All he can muster at the end of everything is the last few frantic and manic swings of his sword to save Middle-earth. And I actually really like this, whether it was intentional to this or not. I thought it was like super poetic. But damn, it felt good to dunk on Gollum by stabbing his ass off the edge at the end. The entire gameplay journey was just amazing from start to finish. Huge cast of characters, great combo progression, great level variety, and once you finish the game, just like the 2 towers, it's got a great array of bonus content.
For Frodo.
The bonus content in Return of the King is a little treasure trove, a time capsule you could say, of behind the scenes goodies and information mainly about the game. If I'm honest, I think it's not as good as behind the scenes about the 2 towers because it's more just about the actors reacting to the game itself, but we still get some great little interviews.
I've actually made the controller float, and without touching anything, I've managed to play the game. It's only happened a few times, but...
Okay, just a second. This brought back a freaking childhood memory. I remember watching this and believing with all my heart that this was true. Elijah Wood, if you see this, please tell me, have you mastered controller levitation yet? And how is this possible? Please. It's just really nice to see these guys again, man. I just love this kind of time capsule, old school interview behind the scenes stuff. There's also something amazing about freaking seeing Andy Serkis look like he's on Xbox 360 voice chat. But, no, there isn't just interviews. There is some gameplay content, including 3 whole-ass new characters. Pippin, Merry, and motherfucking Faramir, son of Denethor, the steward of Gondor, bro. Honestly, these 3 characters are kind of just clones of the other characters, but honestly, I still love playing as Faramir. It was super cool to see, and, you know, he's just one of my favorite dudes, so thank you, bro, for putting him in. And of course, we do get 2 new Palantirs, the Palantir of Saruman and Sauron, which are both 20 floors of enemy mayhem. Remember how epic the 2 towers were on the freaking Tower of Orthanc, fighting as Isildur up in this dark tower? Well, in Return of the King, it's just freaking bully simulator. Legit, I did not have a good time with this. It just felt like there were too many enemies and you're just biding your time to stand up, either counter forever or slowly take these dudes out. I still completed them though, so don't say skill issue, bro. You also do get cheat codes. Remember those. Before you ask, I did not use them. But yeah, honestly, it's kind of more of the same, but you know what? It's still cool. Seeing these interviews, getting 3 new characters to level, and some tough challenges adds some nice replay value. Also, once you actually complete the game, you can play as anyone on any level, so trying out all the different characters on all the other characters' levels adds so much replayability.
Osgiliath, or Paths of the Dead. Yeah, take Pippin to Paths of the Dead. Let's see what would happen if he went there.
you running?
I've honestly sunk probably a few hundred hours into this game in my life, maybe even 1,000 hours over my lifetime, bro. And I've loved every single minute. I will forever rewatch Hobbits on Gaming, bro. I need to learn how he made that controller levitate.
I've only been seriously gaming now for probably 3 or 4 years.
And he's doing very well, but I'm still a much more experienced gamer.
For Frodo.
What else is there to say? I freaking love this game. The combat's super amazing, the story can actually be followed this time, and there's lots to keep you coming back. I honestly think the developers took all the issues with the two towers, fixed them up, took all the things that were great about it, and improved on them. The game still looks amazing to this day, it holds up incredibly well. I am very, very happy to say that Return of the King 100% holds up to the memory. I'd still highly recommend running this game with a friend though, because you have a blast in co-op guaranteed. Now, if you do want to play this amazing journey yourself, you can grab an OG PS2 or Xbox copy for legit $12, which is an absolute steal. Or, yep, Nintendo tax, that's right. If you want to buy the GameCube version, it's going to set you back $50 to $80. But whatever you decide to play it on, I know you're going to have a blast. Thank you guys so much for coming to this nostalgia trip. If you want to ride shotgun with me again, hit that subscribe button and tell me who we should drive to next. I regret to announce that this is the end. I'm going now. But before I do, I gotta remind you to keep shredding. See ya!
For all who live here, I wove but a spell of trust and fellowship given freely. One that shall now endure without me. My work is finished. The work of others is about to begin.